Welcome back to another episode of Potato League. Today we've got a Zerg versus Zerg for you, where I'm playing a gasless build against my opponent, Automation. And the focus of the day, as you can see down at the bottom, is how much supply block does Danberg really need? So we are going to focus today on two things. We're going to focus on how much I'm getting supply blocked and how I'm actually proceeding with this kind of build order and what reactions I'm using. So I've been playing a little bit more aggressive in my ZvZs. I'm playing over on the Korean ladder now, and a lot of Zerg are opening with kind of like a heavy Ling Rush and things like that, or a lot of cheese. So I like this gaseous opener because it's very good to defend those kind of openers, but I've also been kind of playing a little bit more aggressive than usual. So it's been, I don't know, it's been interesting. It's a very different mechanic. It's a very different feel than on North America. I think a lot of the Zergs in North America are following Vibe. He's doing a bronze to GM, and I got my gaseous opener from him, and a lot of people are playing the same kind of build, so it's a little bit weird. You can kind of just trick the meta because everyone's doing the same thing in ZvZ right now. But pros are playing very differently. They're doing a standard Baneling opener and things like that. So I'm playing, trying to play more like the pro leagues because it's a little bit more enjoyable in my mind. I've been doing some more aggressive builds and stuff like that earlier too. So anyway, to this build, I haven't messed up my opener yet too much. I'm gonna save one of my, what is it called? I'm gonna save some of my larvae here at 20 as soon as I take this gas. I'm gonna start seeing if he's gonna Ling Rush me or not. So the opponent, if you look on the other side, Pool is about the same time as ourselves, but he's got a he's got an Evo chamber behind this, so he's going to do a big big push with either Lings or Roaches or something. So I'm going to send 2 Lings over to scout my opponent's base and see what's going on. He's making 2 Lings as well, and I'm going to see that he's got an expansion, so I'm going to pull back, and we're going to skip on Zergling speed. He's getting +1 Zerglings immediately. I didn't realize he was getting +1. This is very interesting.
A new queen has emerged.
So should be getting an Overlord right about now. I am, okay, which is good. I should be getting one more at 36. I'm just watching this because I got supply block for about 2 minutes this game. I see he's got a spine, and he's got just, so right here, first scout I have, let me go back really quick. I know that I need to see at least 4 workers on his natural. At least 4 Lings, 4 workers on his natural, because if I see 4, he at most made 4 Zerglings, or 2 cocoons worth of Zerglings at this time of the game. So I go over there and I see that he has 1 worker, which means that he has significantly less workers than me. He's got 6 less workers, so he's banking up. He's starting to make them now, but he just didn't have the money to afford them because he's making other things. So I'm starting to get my wall up earlier, and I'm even going to put a spine into it. So let's see when my first supply block comes. Should be getting one more Overlord here at about 40 is when I should get 2 more Overlords. So we'll see when I hit 40 supply and see if I'm getting Overlords. And if I had gotten Overlords, if it would have been good. I got up to 36. So I have a wall. 40. So he's getting, he's getting Zergling speed now finally. He doesn't have any Zergling speed yet. He might have forgotten it, so it was a mistake on his build. Okay, now it is 45 supply, and I did not get Overlords at 40, so I'm getting them now. So my first mistake in this was not getting the 40 Overlords, so I'm going to write that down. 40 Overlord is my first mistake. 40 overlords times 2. First mistake. So I'm just making a bunch of overlords now. So in this build, I don't need to make roaches. I can also just rush mutas or something like that instead. But I should have also clicked on these to see that they had +1. Let's look at worker count. I'm on 41 to 41. 45 to 41. So I'm ahead by 4 workers. I've been ahead a little bit this whole game. Just waiting to try to wait for me to spread my creep a little bit more, see when I'm going to move out. And I'm starting to make roaches, and he's starting to make roaches. So he's on 41 workers, and he's going to be making roaches. So I see right here that his third is completely unsaturated. So I should have understood he's making units. He's making a lot of units right now.
Our forces are under attack.
If by this time he's had that third, he's had the ability to drone that third for so long and he's not making it, this is a bad reaction time. So not understanding.
Engaging the opponent.
Third base saturation is my second big mistake on this. And I'm at 82 of 92 right now. I should be making a lot more overlords. Let's see if I do. No, workers. So when I start droning my third, when droning third, need overlords as well. So we're supply blocked again. I know I did lose an overlord, but I'm making 6 overlords right now. And let's just take a peek at his third base, see how many workers are on it. It's still completely empty. Still completely empty on the third. So now I'm on 53 workers to his 44 workers. And let's look at upgrades. I'm on +1, he's on +1. I'm getting +2, and he's getting roach speed now. So I see all of this coming across the map, and I don't scout that I should be defending. So I'm actually still droning right now. Let me go back a couple seconds. So right here I see this massive ball of roaches come across the map, and I'm still making more workers. I'll make about 5 more workers here. So 4 more roaches. I'm gonna probably get supply blocked here. I'm trying to brace for impact. I finally see it coming on the minimap. I'm moving my spine into a position that looks like it's going to be safe. But this guy is still on just 44 workers for forever. He's on 51 now finally. But I've been on 55 for longer. And he's got 78 army to my 67 army. So he's got quite a few more roaches. He's got 32 roaches, and I have 11 to 9. So he's just got mass roach. Not even Ravager, just mass roach. So the good thing about mine is because my Ravager has a longer range, I can kind of double line my stuff, so if I get an arc, I have more damage coming out. I'm teching up a little bit too hard. Teching up a little bit too hard. I'm on 63 workers. 10 workers ahead of him. I should be constantly sending out a scout to see what's going on with his third bases, but here comes another big round of roaches across the map on the mini-map. I'm not looking at it. I don't see that he's going to be pushing, and I probably see it now, yeah. I checked to see his upgrades.
You're under attack. Siege up.
He's just got no Ravagers, just 50 roaches. Just 50 roaches. And I'm supply blocked again. He's killing all my overlords. So getting a little bit of overlord speed would have gone a very long way on this fight. Because I can't hit the number I need for my army.
Out of minerals back home.
It's 82 army to 112 army. So just because I was supply blocked for so long.
Mineral field depleted.
He's going to try to max out and push in. He's about to get supply blocked as well. No, he's not. He's better than I am. And here it comes. Here's his 200 army. With Hydras now as well. So let's see where this fight takes us. I'm just waiting for him to come in.
That field's been mined out.
I'll lose
You
that
have an
spine,
expansion.
which was stupid. Should have
You're
just
under
moved it.
attack. Siege up.
I thought he was going to come and push down to my net base, so I left it.
Our forces are under attack.
So he's still supply blocking me. He's picking off all of my workers and things like that. Let's take a look at the map. So he's got Hydras. This is actually a really good fight for me. +1 armor. This is not a good fight for me because he has the concave now. And his Hydras are pushing in. So this was just a really bad fight. I was winning this basically until that fight right there. No, he's just going to push in. There it is. So it's the bad fight that kills me. So I'm going to write that down as the reason for loss is bad fight. Which is why I kind of got upset with this, is because I don't know how to engage with kind of this bulky units and stuff like that. I'm very good with Ling Bane where I can slide in all the nooks and crannies, but a big army like this is hard to control. So there it is. I'm about to GG. GG. Well played. He gives me a bit of an offensive GG. But no problem. So let's take a look at this. I've got final comments. Oh. Where are you? Final comments? Alright, well anyway, I'll just remove that. That's fine. Okay. Let me see here. Where is it? Deadly focus. So we've got to say never take bad fight is our focus that we should have. So this is what we're going to be focusing on from now on this week in ZvZ. Now, after that, our first 3 mistakes. I don't like this over here. I think instead of grading it like this, I'm going to start writing my first 3 mistakes. So let's just do that really quick. League document. Let's do this. Let's just delete this first. 3 mistakes. 1, 2, 2, 3. Number 1 is then. Okay, so number 1 is forget 40 Overlord in ZvZ. Overlords. Next one is not checking 3rd base saturation and not understanding when I do. And number 3, and finally is need overlords when droning my 3rd and out on the map. Boom. Oh, for goodness sakes. Let's make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So, this is how we need to focus on games from now on. So, as I said before, we shouldn't forget our overlords at 40. We need to make sure that we understand the 3rd base saturation, and we need to make sure that we have overlords when we're starting to drone our 3rd. And then the most important thing, it says on the bottom, is never take a bad fight like we did right here in this little area right here. So let's just look at the supply. I'm up by... Let's watch this. So we've got my army supply versus his army supply. We're tied right now. I'm lower, I'm lower, I'm way lower, I'm lower. I lost like 30 supply right there. I'm way lower, I'm way lower. I'm super low. I'm super low. I realize I'm dead. So, that is why we don't let him get a concave. Because his hydras are at range of 5 and his roaches are at range of 4. My roaches are a range... Roaches are a range of 4. And my Ravagers are a range of 6. So my Ravagers should outrange. But look at all these roaches right here that aren't fighting. So here's how I should have done this. Alright, check this out. I'll show you. That's how we do it. Ready? Watch this. You fight back. Send the roaches up front. This in the back. And then we fight like this. Back up, separate, push, 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 back up, separate, push, 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 back up, split, push, 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 back up, split, push, push. These things are gonna go to here, just out on their own, push, push, and that would have been... Obviously, he's not attack moving here, but that would have been the correct way to do that. So really, it was just my positioning. When I'm going to fight...
You're at max supply.
Ravagers are super bulky. You see how long it took that roach to get out of there? Let me just get all this stuff over here. I didn't know Ravagers outranged Hydras. That's interesting to know. Once Hydras get their... range upgrade, then it's probably different. So this is how we have to fight this. This is how we should have a big... Look at this. If I take a fight like this... Oh yeah, if he tries to come into there... Oh yeah. That would be a great fight. So we have to just work on our splits and our spreads. So make sure everything's lined up properly. If we're going to take a fight over here, Roaches up front, then Ravagers behind. If we're going to take a fight back here, Ravagers in the back, Roaches up front. Look how long it takes to get everything through. Split, 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 push. And then we can go kill stuff.
We're running out of minerals back home.
I can almost one-shot the thing. Let me see if I can one-shot this. Yeah, so if I get up into a building, easy peasy. But yep, alright. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm just screwing around now, and I will see you all in the next one.